right, we're gonna go right into it. We're gonna get right into it. No intro, none of that.
Two things that you must do if you have eczema, and let me tell you something, eczema is awful. It gets to be awful in some people, and when it weeps, when it becomes scaly and it weeps, it creates a new sore on whatever it touches. And I'm telling you that there are people with eczema so bad that there is no relief day or night. The skin, that's mucus, the same mucus found in your lung is coming through the skin. Why? The skin is the largest eliminative organ of the body. Since it can't get rid of it through the colon, can't get rid of it through the lungs, can't get rid of it through the vaginal tract, can't get rid of it through any of the other channels of elimination, it goes through the skin. The skin is the largest eliminative organ of the body. And that's what psoriasis is. It comes from white rice, white sugar, pastas, pizzas, spaghetti, macaroni, cheese, and in particular, cheese. Today, there's more eczema than there ever has been. You know why? Because we are eating more cheese than we have ever eaten. It kind of amazed me the other day when I was listening to a stock market report. And on the stock market report, two things that you must do if you have eczema. And let me tell you something.
Yeah, that something definitely going on in your body if you got that, you know. It's gotta be something you're eating, something you're intaking that's causing that. Them skin problems. For sure. This is funny, I gotta throw this in there.
How much are these?
$9.99.
You think I can get some bitches with these? I ain't got my gun.
Actually, let me see. But nah, it's interesting. What is this? It says we don't have the tools to build pyramids today. Today's tool. That's interesting though.
Muhammad said this. He said if you ate one meal every other day, you would only get sick one day every 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
And he said, I then asked Master Father Muhammad, what can I do to get rid of that one day of sickness every 4 or 5 years? He said, if you eat one meal and fast for 72 hours, there will not be enough poison in your body from the previous meal to even get you sick one day in your life. So that tells us that sicknesses, all the illnesses are food related. If we would not eat as much as we do and fast more, then we will find ourselves being able to cure. The body, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, your body is its own hospital. But to get it open for business, you got to fast. And when you fast, you open the doors of your hospital to heal you. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this. He said, if you ate...
Wow. So fasting really helps, man. Gotta fast. Gotta fast.
You know there's no such thing as protein. Body, think about the gorilla. What protein is he getting?
So it don't even come from plants? Like,
not at all.
He don't need protein, and he bigger than all of us. He eating green leaves.
Yeah.
Whatever protein they say exists, got to exist in that.
Yeah.
That is a westernized formula that's man-made in a laboratory. How can a white substance help me with my proper nutritional value? You want minerals, such as that sea moss you just took. That's going to provide you with more minerals than that white substance. And
so what about like vitamins and fish oil? Is that any good?
They have their job that they do. When you have black seed oil, why use fish oil? There's always great alternative. And the great alternative is always what? That plant goes into the ground and it extracts all the minerals from the ground, digests them, and then we take that and digest it and get all the minerals that it. You know there's no such thing as protein.
Now understand what I'm saying to you, because when Cameron was in the airport and a black man say, why you don't film people with black people in it? He said, I did. They're blue. The movie Avatar. He doesn't dig in Iceland or Greenland. He digs in Africa, he digs in India, he digs in South America. And everywhere he finds black people buried. So you have to understand the war that destroyed this plane of existence, where the people that I showed you, the deep black people, who were spirit-bound people, whose melanin used to be what I call prismatic melanin. Prismatic meaning that his consciousness or your emotions used to change the color and the black, and used to glow the color of your emotions. Red, green, blue. The chakra colors. And that's why you could see Senegalese today. If you go to Senegal, black, and they have some kind of blue over the top of their eyes. And the red or the green on the side of their faces. How is it that a man or woman so black they're green? Or so black they're blue? Are you understanding and understanding exactly that they are the remnants of the original people that were here? Now understand what I'm saying to you, because when Cameron...
Hey, they put it in the movies. He probably was blue and green, all different tones of colors. Who knows, you know? But they're not just putting that in the movie for no reason, all right? It's always some truth in movie.
All right, it's in the regular dictionary. The word bless means to consecrate. Now, that's the word we're going to look up in a hot minute. But see, in the brackets, it's from Middle English, blessin. From Old English, bletsion. Bledsion. To consecrate originally means with blood. It does mean to bleed a thing. And my people are blessing one another all day long, and my brothers are bleeding to death in the streets. What did I say? When you have melanin, what are you doing to reality? You're creating it and destroying it. Melanated, Europeans create nothing except the images. They program them into your mental computer, and you, as the melanated superconductor, transmute and transmogrify their images and their program, their planned goals, and you make them reality. You have the power to create reality, and you have the power to destroy reality. And if enough of you get in a room, all right, it's in the regular dictionary. The word bless means to consecrate. Now, that's the word we're going to look up in a hot minute. But see,
love is the most nutritional ingredients on earth. Love. And there's a lot of different scholarly articles talking about these things, where they went to an orphanage and they took two orphanages and put them together. One orphanage, they gave them good food, they gave them good nutrition, they gave them good water, they gave them TVs, they gave them everything, but they did not give them any type of physical affection. They didn't spend no time with them, but they gave them the best environment to actually thrive in. And then they took another one that didn't have none of these nutritional things, but they spent time with them, they rocked them to bed, they read them bedtime stories, and they made sure they hugged them for at least 5 minutes a day. Guess who came out more nutrition? Not the ones who ate the good food or drank the good water. It was the ones that was living poor but had their mothers and fathers by their side. They built more amino acid structures, and they had more cellular integrity than the ones that had the good food. So the last ingredients is always love. That's your number one nutritional.
Round of applause, man.
Thank you for sharing.
Love is the most nutritional ingredient.
The McDonald's logo, you may think, is simply a M for McDonald's. But is there something ancient and satanic about this logo? There's an ancient German mythological creature called Mephistopheles, and this is a demon, basically. Well, in this alleged ancient black magic book, you see this M logo, and you also see a demon at the bottom there. This is the M with increased brightness, so you can see it, possibly referencing an ancient demon known as Mephistopheles. Now, the founder of McDonald's, Ray Kroc, was a Bohemian Grove member and believed to be a 33rd degree Freemason. If you look at the Ronald McDonald House Charities logo, if you draw a line from here to there and the roof, you get a Masonic compass. Now, we know McDonald's and Disney are very closely partnered. All the Happy Meals have Disney characters in them. Disney is also ran by 33rd degree Freemasons and believed to be possibly Satanists as well. Interesting that their connections are always closely tied to and regarding children. Disney movies, all about, kids, get them roped into the entertainment. The McDonald's, giving them those toys. Think about all these charities that are ran by Masons that are all closely connected to children. And it always intrigues me how McDonald's will do fundraisers for children who are sick and whatnot, but yet their food is complete poison.
Right.
The McDonald's logo, you may think, is simply
fundraisers for sick kids, and y'all don't even sell healthy food. Something not right about that.
Most of unconditional love that you'll ever feel.
No.
No kids.
I don't plan on having any kids.
Got a point. Makes sense for real. Alright, give me a second.
The cartoon we all know as the Thundercats was actually based on a real ancient cosmic war that took place between the Lyrans and the Draco reptilians. Lyrans are cat-like extraterrestrials. They actually depicted them all through the hieroglyphics in ancient Kemet. The ancient Kemetic goddess Sekhmet was actually from the Lyran constellation. Kemetic goddess Bastet is also from the Lyran constellation. Here's a depiction of the Lyrans. This is an extraterrestrial feline race, okay, from the constellation of Lyra. All right, now they are pretty much agreeable, meaning that they're benevolent beings. We got along with these beings. Bastet was actually married to Enki, or they also referred to him as Ptah. We all know Mumra was their main villain, okay? And if you look at the emblem on his chest, it's a two-headed serpent facing each other, basically. It's a personification of reptilian chaos energy. These were their primary villains, okay? They were reptilians. We all know the Draconians are basically tyrants, all right? They're a very tyrannical race. They're the cartoon we all know as the Thundercats was.
He predicted, that towards the end of last century and the beginning of this century, there will be a movement driven by big corporations to take the soul away from people, to disconnect people from the higher world. And in order to do that, we have to destroy the pineal gland in people. And I followed the research on that, and amazingly what we found, the pineal gland is the most sensitive part of our central nervous system. It is highly, highly, highly sensitive to four things: aluminum, glyphosate, fluoride, and Wi-Fi. And we are the only country in the world that has pushed these four things in the last 60 years or so on everybody growing up here. And so what I fear, what I observe, and what we're also testing on our ART system is that people have severely calcified pineal glands. It is astounding that the telecommunications industry has selected the frequencies out of the huge spectrum of frequencies that are absolutely destructive to our cells and especially to the pineal gland. They couldn't have made any better choices than 2.4 gigahertz.
Wi-Fi window, dang. Everybody getting affected with that one. Everybody uses Wi-Fi. Dang, no wonder why people not waking up. Wonder.
How they tricked the world into eating engine lubricant.
In 1829, cotton producers started crushing cotton seeds for oil. They sold it as engine lubricant, and some guy said, hey, maybe we could eat the oil. Yeah, let's eat it. In 1911, Crisco.
How important is sleep? Oh, well, sleep, we need to stop really looking at the concept as sleep, because we get a misunderstanding of what the whole process is. So it's really all about fasting. So yes, fasting is important, because every time we go to sleep, every time we close our eyes, every time we shut the digestive system down, the body automatically goes into repair. So the more waste, the more toxins that are in the body, then the body needs more time to sleep. The less waste in the body, the less toxins you have to process, less time you need to sleep. So, if you want to live a longer life, or at least have more time to live, then keep your body clean, and you won't have to go 8 hours into the body shop at night. How important is sleep?
Because the body shop, right there. You know, that's true. Because if you wasn't eating that much, you know, you wouldn't even need that much sleep, and also you would feel more lighter. You know, you wouldn't feel sluggish. You know.
Taco, necesito el elote, ¿eh? Sí, está bien, está bueno. A ver, a ver.
And with no hose. Where are you? What are you doing?
Working, chilling, and probably ignoring people.
And with no hose.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? I need to go to the emergency room. Just walk in.
Yep, good.
Excuse me.
Wow. That's an easy job right there. You can sleep on a job. You can just tap the button on the what? Bro, ain't even gonna do nothing for real. He got his feet kicked up. Like what?
Message. You're giving away your life force every time you bust a nut. You die quicker. The more nuts you bust, the less you live. That's why you have to preserve these things and save it for somebody that you can procreate with.
Message. Yo, save that energy, man.
Yeah. You don't get it yet, do you?
Nigga, boom! I'm really like that, and your best work is a light pack.
So yeah, how do you feel about the government assistance as well?
In America, it's just gotten to the point where you've got girls on TikTok literally breaking down. Well, I have 6 kids, and each one of them have a dad, and I get child support from this one and this one and this one, and then together I don't have to work because I'm able to function off of all of their child supports combined.
And it's based off earnings. So it's based off what they
Exactly. So then you've got men who are barely able to even get food, but hey, I had 6 kids and I need to increase your child support because you just got a better job. Oh, don't tell me that. Now I'm going to make you work harder. Now I make more money.
I think America is really bad in this.
It is.
So yeah, how do you feel about the government?
Fish is a meat on the acid side. Unfortunately today there is rarely a fish you can buy that is not tainted with chemicals or poisons. Fish is very high. The recent fisheries testing in Australia was they could not find one fish without mercury in it. I know about 3 years ago they banned all fishing from Sydney Harbour because the children of the fishermen had high levels of dioxin and mercury in them. So unfortunately, because of the state of our seas and our rivers today, fish really is not a safe food. Fish is a meat.
I mean, y'all like fish or eat fish a lot.
We are live walking through the Matrix. This is all a simulation. It doesn't matter what city you are in the world or what country you're in. Every Matrix has a different program. Imagine if you rose above a city, it looks like a motherboard and each part is plugged in differently into the simulation. Dogs are a program, birds are a program, cats are a program. They all run on the same system. The other part is, wherever you're at in the world, do they have chemtrails? Look at the sky here. You can't even see the sun. Absolutely matter. Even in Italy, you got chemtrails.
Yep.
I mean, come on, man. That ain't natural. You ever seen a cloud look like that? We are live walking through the Matrix. This is all a
If you have a hard time with meditation, you should try walking meditation, because what it does is it helps you holistically. It also helps you with exercise as well as being able to have a moment to clear your mind. You know how people always say, man, you need to take a walk, just clear your mind. Because when we walk, it actually has an effect on our creativity. It has an effect on our emotional state. So walking is the perfect exercise that
works. So. Glad he got out the way.
Karen blows up at me for no reason.
Trouble.
Okay, young man. That was very disrespectful. The way that you just drove. Scared the shit out. You know
I'm
what?
not a young man. I'm a grown-ass man.
Well, then you should know better.
I'm about to run
How
out of
old
gas.
are you?
And I'm about to run out of gas.
I don't give a shit.
Ma'am, no
Ma'am,
disrespect.
nothing.
I didn't do nothing to you.
That's true.
Get my gas, I'm gonna go on my way.
That's true.
Take a picture. You got video of it?
When you get on that bike, it's dangerous enough for you.
I know it is.
And to drive like that.
Take a picture all you want.
Karen blows up at me for no reason.
Like, come on, lady. Just, like, come on. Really? She really pulled up to get out her car to do that. Are you serious? That's funny. People really be Karens. Oh, that's funny.
You can't have technology without nature, right? And that's what I learned on my ayahuasca trip. Like, I imagined that I was in Costa Rica and I was seeing all of the beautiful nature and all of the beautiful trees. And I was imagining, like, wow, imagine if all of this shit turned into metal. And imagine if we're like in the future now and AI, aka robots, run the fucking world. I honestly, in that moment, accepted that. And I was like, bro, that's beautiful, you know, because at the end of the day, that's still just nature. You know, these robots came from nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, these robots came from nature. You can't have a robot without metal, and you can't have metal without nature. So I realized that AI and nature is all one and the same. It's all the same thing. It's just different expressions of nature. Like, even right now, you wouldn't even be able to watch this video and see this crazy experience or even learn this wisdom without technology, right? Like, I wouldn't even be in the position I'm in right now without technology. So we have to have some type of appreciation for it, because at the end of the day, this is just a tree that I have in my hand. This is just the earth that I have in my hand. If I'm being real, like, I view this as the earth. This phone that I have in my hand is not a phone. It's the earth in a different expression. So if I have appreciation for the trees outside, I have to have that same amount of appreciation that I have for the trees. I have to have that same amount of appreciation for my phone as well too, because they both come from nature. You can't have technology without nature.
That is true. Everything we got comes from nature. Dang, he just really made me think about that. That's real. We were looking on that level, from that point of view. Literally everything in your house comes from nature. That's crazy. It's all material, you know. It's dope.
You stay active.
Yeah.
Make sure your core is as strong as it can possibly be, because you age better with the back. Because when you get older, a lot of people are like, oh, my hips, my this, my that. And they think it's their age, but it's not. It's because you've gone all these years without taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
So your body is eventually going to tell you these things. So I always say get a good acupuncturist, because acupuncture releases inflammation.
Okay.
Inflammation is the devil, y'all, along with sugar. You know, those two
Good
are
sense.
they're best friends. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They're after us.
Absolutely.
But seriously, eat right, eat clean. You know, stay away from the devil's juice. I don't drink. I don't do any of those things. You stay active.
Yeah.
Make sure your core is as strong as it can possibly be, because you age better with the back. Because when you get older, a lot of people are like, oh, my hips, my this, my that. And they think it's their age, but it's not. It's because you've gone all these years without taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
So your body is eventually going to tell you these things. So I always say get a good acupuncturist, because acupuncture releases inflammation.
Okay.
Inflammation is the devil, y'all, along with sugar. You know, those two
Good
are
sense.
they're best.
On today's Random Acts of White Danger, he said, I don't want to just skydive, I want to space dive. My boys jumping from fucking space. Margin for error, you guessed it, death. And as usual, we have a Red Bull sponsor. I'm very interested. Why do they put so much money in death-defying stunts? But I don't care, white people. Keep going, because I love it. My boys gliding through the sky, falling with style, if you may. That's him, that little ass dot. That was him breaking the sound barrier. on some Superman shit. Look at our boy. You could not pay me enough money to ever do some shit like this. Now he's going at over 600 miles per hour towards the ground. In my mind, I thought he'd be like a meteor. He should be catching fire right now, but he's all good. Until he's not good. He started spinning fast as shit. Look how fast he's going. Talk about a headache. Talk about dizzy. And guess what? You know how you die when you do some shit like this? The blood leaves your eyes. You know how disgusting that sounds out loud? But thank God, he has a G-force thing inside his little suit that evens shit out. We just want to jump from space. Why? What an interesting world record to want to set. Blue sky. It used to be a black sky. So space is real. Earth's definitely not flat. I seen some roundness. And now my boy just parachutes to the ground. White people, I love you. On today's Random Acts of White Danger, he said, I don't want to just skydive. I want to space dive. My boy is jumping from fucking space.
He said Earth is definitely not flat. I see some roundness. I don't know about that one now.
So talk to us about,
so
what's your diet like?
My diet?
Yeah.
So I typically don't eat until around about 1. I like to do intermittent fasting. I usually stop somewhere around. Yeah. I usually stop somewhere around 7 p.m. typically. So that's when I don't eat. That's my not eating window. And then the first thing I eat is usually fruit. So like coming here to LA, you guys know, I don't know if you know, I own a tropical fruit farm. Yeah. And so I eat tropical fruit in the morning. That's the first thing I break my fast with, because I've been fasting for 16, 17 hours.
How long?
So I break my fast with a food that is the most easily digestible food there is, which is fruit. That's the most easy thing to digest. Most people, when they eat fruit, they have no problem with fruit. You try to eat steak and potatoes, you got problems. So that's the first thing that I break my fast with. Or I'll do like a smoothie, I'll do a green juice. And then I have my lunch. My lunch could be a number of things. I mean, it could be some kind of quinoa bowl. It could be, a wrap, like a kale wrap. It could be a large number of things.
Right, so is intermittent fasting is that a variation of detoxing?
No, intermittent fasting is just a window where you don't eat.
Okay. So talk to us about, what's your diet like?
Somebody had asked me a great question. They said, why do reptilians primarily see humans as a source of food? And it's like, I thought about that, and I was just like, okay, for one, let's go ahead and dissect the frog. They don't see us as a primary source of food, but they see us as like an outlet to eat algorithms, an outlet to harvest consciousness. So these niggas think that they're eating humans, but it's like, for one, okay, what's a human being? It's a thought that a human has. So a human being thinks that they're actually a human being, but God would never say, oh, I'm a human being. Why? Because it's God's thought process. So human beings are programmed at a lower frequency to believe that they're actually human beings. And before they even become 5 or 7 or 8 years old, they're already programmed by higher ups. And on top of that, their parents are selling them, in the black market and all that for a source of food and for money. So money is running these parents' lifestyle to even get these babies away, because a baby's not going to go underground to underground bunker or to the military or to these higher entities or these Nephilim and say, oh, hey, I want to get ate by you. No, they have to get sold and trafficked. So that's why child trafficking is a thing, and it's literally damn near legal to an elite deity, because what is child trafficking? We think that we know what it is, but we never see no shit like that. So it's like, imagine looking at baby farms, imagine looking at babies in a pod getting morphed into nothing but consciousness. Imagine seeing a baby's program in a certain pod to where you look at the screen behind that baby's head and it has this whole future planned out with its parents present and all of that. So these entities believe that they're actually eating humans, but they're only eating. Somebody had asked me a great question. They said, why do...
I woke up this morning, I didn't give a fuck. Took the first sip of my coffee, and I knew I still didn't give a fuck. It's a beautiful morning, and guess what? I don't give a fuck. I woke up this morning.
Bro, everybody goes through that stage of awakening where it's like you want to tell everybody that you know this type of stuff, but then you're gonna realize the cold truth that people really don't give a fuck. Once you realize that, it's like, damn, you're gonna go through a minor spiritual depression phase. Once you get through that little spiritual depression phase, bro, it's on the up from there, because then you're gonna start seeing like, okay, man, I just gotta tell people that want to know, I just gotta do this, do that, work on my own life, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe even start you a YouTube channel, put the message out, you know what I'm saying? Tell people that wanna know. And before you know it, you're gonna be the manifested a whole new reality for yourself. Bro, everybody goes through that.
That's real. That's real, for real. When you wake up, you know, you start to realize, and then you want to tell people. And people don't really care about that, you know? Especially people that's like really in the matrix. If they don't care about hearing that, they want to go to the 9 to 5, eat bad food. So they're not trying to hear that. They're trying to go to Burger King, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, stuff like that. So yeah.
Is there a way that, is it that my energy is getting drained by other people? Is there a way to protect my energy? Like
there is no such thing and no such possibility as your energy being drained by other people. Remember, you're the only one in your reality. So you may be creating the illusion that others are draining it, but all you're doing is saying that those people are representative and standing in for definitions within your own consciousness that are draining your energy. Yes? If you're sending your energy into a negative definition, by definition, you're sending your energy down a black hole. So stop putting your energy into black holes and you won't be drained. Yes?
Okay.
Remember that you can't actually be drained. You're just creating the illusion that you're being drained.
And I'm doing a good job at it.
You are doing an excellent job. But why not change jobs if you no longer prefer this one?
Is there a way that...
You're talking about real stuff. Okay.
8 years sober. Congratulations. Thank you. You struggling with it?
Wait, no. She talking about congratulations? She gonna run away. She knows she was trying to get a drink. Nah, that is funny. He said 8 years sober.
At all?
She running away from him.
Oh, I'm half German. I'm serious. My grandmother was German. My mom's German and my dad was black from Africa. Where from? What part of Germany? I don't know. Shame on you. I should know, but I don't worry too much about color. It don't matter that much to me. Yeah. Yeah, I just hang out and try to deter. I have a program where I try to deter other people that might be struggling and try to help them out. I know denial was a big part of my journey.
Well, it usually is with anything.
Yeah.
You know, not just addiction, just with anything.
Yeah, with anything. You know, and I struggle with everything now. Sugar, attention, you know.
She don't know what to do.
You got $1? Got $1? Oh. There you go.
No, I don't. I don't need one. I'm fine.
Oh, I thought you were poor.
Oh, no.
I was like, everybody should have a damn $1. No. Get you a snack or something.
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Got a place to stay.
Nah,
8 years sober.
Man. He said, I thought you was poor. What?
You have two options this summer. You can drink every day, you can play video games, you can be a loser and fucking babe. You might be stuck in even one of these. I mean, basically your life is this now. Or you can lock the fuck in and you can turn your bank account to this like I did in 3 fucking months. Or you could get lucky like me and in one deal you can do $68,000. You guys don't realize how easy it is to make money in 2024 if you just give up these simple pleasures. I guarantee.
That's crazy. People really be like trapped in that lifestyle, you know, vaping and stuff like that. Yeah.
You will change your life if you just lock in for the next 6 months. But it's really sad because a lot of you guys don't care to change your life and you just think the world is against you. But that's not the case. You just need to lock in, bro. Not only do you need to lock in, you also need to know the best way to lock in. So if you want to learn the secret untapped way of how I made my money by just connecting brands and creators for partnerships, then I'm going to be launching a free masterclass and I'm going to give you guys early access to it for 100%.
Most millionaires are just NPCs with better stats. Many men think they've left the Matrix now because they're making millions, because they're driving fast cars, because they live in a mansion in Hollywood. But they're still operating from fear-based programming. They're still victims to the illusion of fear. So they actually haven't left the Matrix, they've just dug themselves deeper into the Matrix. I made a video about this previously, but there's only two paths that you can pick in life. The path of love and the path of fear. The path of love is freedom, freedom from separation. And the path of fear is suffering. And most of these wealthy people, they still deeply suffer. Billionaires are still killing themselves by the boatload. And sure, they might have gained freedom from their 9-to-5 job, but their soul is still prisoners to fear-based programming. And this is why you, someone who might be still stuck in a job or might not have the freedom you want in life, that's why you haven't bought any of these online courses or programs from these people, because you can see, you're conscious enough to see that they're still victims, they're still prisoners. You're not going to trust an NPC, even though his program might be good, his whole existence is a lie. And this is what the whole online business space has become, in the spiritual space, in the business space, just a bunch of half-baked coaches operating from the fear programming, just living an illusion. But luckily here I am to save the fucking day. Most millionaires are just NPCs with better stats.
That sun is putting out energy that is causing what is called by the geneticist junk DNA, and the creator never made junk. Intuitive females are now becoming psychic females. Intuitive males are now becoming the God they were supposed to become. A God is only a person with more powers than the average person around them in a humanoid fleshly body. But the mind has been altered. The spirit and the soul are vibrating high. That sun is putting out energy.
The importance of having digestive rest. We eat like cows. You know, cows graze throughout the day. There's not a period where they're not eating grass.
But they also have 5 stomachs.
Yeah, they got 5, 6 stomachs.
We have 1.
We got 1. So we're not supposed to be eating, waking up in the morning, having breakfast, then having a snack, then having lunch, and then having a snack between that, and then having dinner, and then finally going to sleep and waking up and repeating the process. That's grazing. So this is why we never have any rest. And what most people don't know about digestion is this. It takes up the large majority of most of your energy. That's why when you overeat, when you overeat, you get the itis.
And that's why when you eat before you go to sleep, you don't have good rest.
You don't have
good rest. Your body's working so hard trying to digest and process
while
that
you're
food.
sleeping. Because when you wake up, what do you got to do? You got to go to the bathroom. Yep. Your body been working while you've been sleeping.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you finish your meal, let's say 3 to 4 hours before you go to bed, you may have a bowel movement or urinate before you go to bed. Now you're going to have restful sleep. Make sense? Okay. Yeah. The importance of having digestive rest. We eat.
No, brother, this statement is false. Actually, Thomas Brown coined the term hallucinogen. Nothing's all in your mind. When you take entheogens, you actually ascertain more access to the light spectrum, which means you can see entities outside this dimension. They use words like hallucinogen, hoping individuals such as yourself believe that it's a construct that's formulated from your own mind. This is one of the reasons things like ayahuasca, the magic mushrooms, and DMT, dimethyltryptamine, the mimosa bark, they're cutting the trees down. One of the reasons why they're making it difficult to ascertain these entheogens is because once you can see beyond the light photon spectrum, you realize it's a lot more than this 3-dimensional construct. You start to question things like a religion. You start to question everything you've been taught and indoctrinated by. This is the individual that came up with the word hallucination, okay? Don't believe that. That's false. This is why in ancient Kemet, they heavily revered the mushroom and even put it in their hieroglyphics. You can even take it beyond Kemet and go to other parts of the world in India. They highly revered the mushroom all over the world. No, brother, this statement is false. Actually,
you don't have to go and buy anyone or try to meet the right people. Usually when you try to meet the right one, he's always the wrong one. So don't go searching. Those who go searching for love only make manifest their own lovelessness. And the loveless never find love. Only the loving find love, and they never have to seek for it. When you fall in love, you don't have to seek for it. You draw them. They come to you.
I couldn't see what they looked like. All that was really exposed was the eyes, and that wasn't enough for me, because, you know, shit, I'm looking at the eyes can be pretty, and I take their carpet off, and then I got a tragedy.
Well, no.
Did you know that black woman's hair releases pheromones that make niggas fall in love instantly? I don't understand what the weed for, bruh. Your natural hair is an extension of your nervous system. So whatever thoughts you got, your hair is like antennas and it puts those thoughts out in the universe, in the air. And whatever thoughts you sending out, that's what you will attract in your life. So if you don't find the man that you're looking for, it's because
Bro, we are literally the universe. This is what human ashes look like under a high-powered microscope.
I feel lost. Lost? What do you mean?
I don't think y'all realize it, but everything is everything mixed with different amounts of everything. So that's what they be meaning when they say we are all one. This literally validates the law of divine oneness. Click the link in my bio to get my ebook or comment real so I can send it to you. The law of divine oneness states that we are one with everything and everything is one with us. In that case, there's nothing you can't do because you have the help from everything around you, whether you see it or not. Follow me for more.
That is true. So anything's possible. So
you got $1.
Keep going.
Do I got $1? Yeah. There you go, boss.
Good, man. Thank you.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, I thought you were poor. Thought you didn't have money, needed help with life or something. Thought everybody should at least have $1, man. I got an abundance, so I don't mind helping. You know what I mean? Looking for work or anything? Yeah, all right. Well, don't go stealing that stuff. They got loss prevention in here. I got busted one time when I was at the bottom struggling. I'd rather help you out, see you walk out in cuffs. All right. There you go, man. You got $1.
Nah, that is too funny. The way he say poor is funny. I thought you was poor.
Looks matter. They matter. I just turned 40 this past March, and one of my biggest regrets is not realizing just how important looks are and how much your appearance matters in this world. Human beings are naturally superficial. It's a part of our biology. It's ingrained in us. We can't help it. We are biased toward treating people who look good better. It's just the facts of life. The faster you realize this and the faster you accept this, the better off you will be in the long run. There are a lot of aspects about yourself that you can't change, but the ones that you can, change them as quickly as possible while you are still young and you have the energy, the flexibility, the agility, the time, and the resources to really work on yourself and your appearance. Looks matter. They matter.
You got a point. You have a point, people. I'm not gonna lie.
The first change that takes place is in your mind. You have to change your mind before you change the way you live and I've got to get in sync with everyone else to understand what's happening in this country. The first change that takes place is in your mind.
Your body is not made up of 70% water. They lied to you again. Your body is actually made up of 99% structured water molecules called H3O2. It is not regular water, it's H3O2. This is more of a gel than it is water. It's not H2O. And the only food we can consume that has H3O2 is fruit. Fruit is over 80% water, so it's basically flavored water. This is exactly why fruit is the most hydrating thing you can consume. And breast milk is the only thing that has everything fruit water has. Sperm, your brain, your heart, and all of your organs are over 70% H3O2. You get disease by having damaged cells. Damaged cells are nothing but cells that lack oxygen and lack hydration. This is why if you go to the hospital from dehydration, they'll give you dextrose, synthetic sugar water mixed with salt. Your body is not made up of 70% water.
The hospital really don't care about people. They just want money. Money, 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 money. They do not care about them people, man.
In this video, he speaks about the most powerful frequency to leave the human body.
You know what else is crazy? When you go in the hospital, say you feeling bad, You go in the hospital, you feel better all of a sudden. Y'all ever felt like that?
Watch it to the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
A new study just recently came out that was able to measure which emotion produces the most powerful frequency out of the human body, and it wasn't love. This emotion was 4,000 times stronger than love. The study is called the Spain Scale of Emotion Research Project, and that's spelled SPANE. In this research project, they were able to gather 25,000 subjects and put them all in the room where they were able to take instruments that could measure the frequencies being emitted from the human body. And these instruments were so precise that they could isolate different emotions that humans were experiencing based off of the frequency that was being emitted from their bodies. These instruments were so precise that they were able to isolate the differences between anger, frustration, passion, joy, arousal, sadness, any emotion you could think of. And the most powerful emotion that was detected by these instruments was authenticity. The frequency that authenticity emitted through the human body was 4,000 times stronger than the frequency emitted from love. True power comes from being your authentic self, and now this is scientifically proven. So the key to raising your vibration is loving yourself enough to be real, to be authentic, to tell the truth, to believe in what you say, to believe in yourself.
In this video, he speaks about the most...
Man, that's the best way to be, man. You try to be something you're not. You know, you can't hold that up forever. Eventually, you're going to be your authentic self, eventually.
Sunburn doesn't exist. It's caused by high amounts of seed oils in your skin. When there is seed oils within your skin tissue, the sun's rays boil it, and this causes your skin to become burnt. The sun is not bad for you. It's only bad for you if your body is unhealthy. Seed oils cause inflammation, and every time you inflame an organ, it weakens it. And every time you weaken it, over time, this will cause failure or disease. The only oils you should be using are these, and do not cook coconut or olive oil. Everything you see is a light wave. Light waves carry information. This information is taken to the brain and then the rest of the body. The information that you take in is having a positive or negative effect on your whole body. The sun does not blind you. Sun gazing is a very powerful tool to heal your body. This is why they built pyramids, so that they could walk up in the morning and watch the sunrise, because the sun is the life giver of all life on the physical plane. All of the stars and the celestial planets communicate to us telepathically. Sunburn doesn't exist. It's caused by high amounts of sea.
Here's something I want all of you to know. Embarrassment is not real. Whether it is you fall in public, or you express your love to someone that doesn't love you back, or you throw up at a party, people are not going to be thinking about that a week from now. And if they do, that's very weird of them. Because if you have your own motion going on, people are not going to be sitting and fixating over what the next person is doing. So, as an example, a couple weeks ago, I spilled a drink onto myself. It was a darker drink. And at first I was very embarrassed about it. And I was like, damn, everyone's probably looking at me. And I thought about it. Who actually cares? These people have their own things going on with their lives. They are not sitting and thinking about what I am doing. They're worried about enjoying their meal. And they might have looked at me for a split second and thought, oh damn, she spilled a drink all over herself. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Because people are existing in their own realities. And a random stranger isn't going to last long in that reality. So what I will say is live your life and accept yourself. We all make mistakes, but do not shame yourself for doing something that's stupid, quote unquote, or embarrassing. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It doesn't exist. So have a nice day.
I agree. 100%.
Quit begging when you pray. Asking, it'll be given to you. Stop telling God the problems. God already knows. Thank God for the solutions. Pray with some confidence and respect and understanding that you're talking to the creator of the universe. God will move a mountain for you if he got to. Faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we don't see. When you're praying, you need to pray from a high vibrational place of freedom, joy, and unlimited possibilities. Not a place of restriction where you're stuck in fear and worry. Prayer is a first choice, not a last resort. I want you to understand that you're a general in the kingdom of heaven with an entire army of angels lined up behind you, listening for any command you have for them. Start your day with a prayer and end your day with a prayer. Affirm your life through prayer. Know what you want and allow God to show you how to get it. Hey, I made an exclusive community where I will be hosting live calls, doing Bible study, teaching y'all the laws of the universe, and giving y'all exclusive content while connecting you with like-minded individuals. All you gotta do is comment the word life and I will help you get access to my Discord.
Congratulations. You made it. We all knew it was going to be you. It was always meant for you. And we are all so proud of you. Keep going. You've done so well. Congratulations.
She's on like an anime character almost.
There's some men in the world who can't get sex from a woman. This is just facts. When they do get a little ass,
they lose their mind.
They lose their mind.
That used to be me back in the day.
On a regular basis.
Back in the day, yes.
You're getting a little ass, and you feel good, right? And at night, you putting your little thing in something. You're under the sheets, you feel amazing. But then you wake up to all these serious, grown-up, serious issues.
Yes.
Rent, you got to take on another job because the job that you have is not making enough money for a woman that's you're not married to, and for kids that belong to somebody else. You're putting yourself in an early grave for a situation when you could have met somebody else. And that's the thing with most men and most women. They're afraid to meet other people, or they're afraid to be alone. There's some men in the world who can't get sex from a woman.
You're making sense, man. I'm not gonna lie, you're making sense.
Life exists in all four phases of matter. Life exists in solid, liquid, gas, and plasma form. Life exists in all those phases of matter, right? So that being said, there's titans and stuff like that that's still here to this day. The titans and the giants are two different things. See, the giants were basically us. Like before we fell to the third dimension, we was on the 33rd and plus dimension. That's basically the giants. But the titans, like the titans are ocean, Atlas, and stuff like that. Look up Greek mythology, bro. They speak about these beings in Greek mythology. Life exists in all.
The moment the body starts overcompensating for stress, anxiety, depression, insecurities, resentment, you not forgiving people, that's where the aging comes from. Because it weighs on your spirit and it starts to sag. Spirit can't hold that weight. I learned that from a 103-year-old who was my neighbor in Santa Monica, but she looked early 70s. So how come you don't look so old? She said, age doesn't make you old. It's when you let your life beat you down. That's what makes you old. And it was that conversation, really wanting to dive into spiritual work and letting go of things that I held against people from when I was a little kid, calling people and telling them, yo, listen, I held this resentment. I just want to apologize for holding resentment. I'm going to show you a picture from when I was 34 years old. Right now, you're looking at me, I'm 44.
No way.
Look at my eyes. I've had no surgical work done. This is when I was holding resentment towards the two men who murdered my father, the person who molested me when I was 13. Like, I let all of that go. And the hot air balloon doesn't leave the ground unless you release the weight. So when you start releasing the weight of your past, you'll be introduced to a whole different aspect of a universal order that is wanting to work in your favor. The moment the body starts overcompensating.
Crazy. You do not look like he's 44. You would think he lying about his age. But dang.
Don't give up. Don't give up. And don't take it as God striking you. God loves you, which is why you're going through things. Because perseverance is going to build character and hope. He said he has plans to prosper you, plans to give you hope in a future. Believe that. Believe that. Everything else, get rid of it. It's not true. All the doubt, all the anxiety, it's not real. But what is real is God's word. And he promises a hope and a future, plans to prosper you. So whatever it is that you're going through, don't give up. Persevere. Because
we got one life. It ain't no redo.
That is true. That is the realest thing I heard from 21 Savage.
Did you know cornrows were used by enslaved people to escape slavery? They transferred information and created maps through their cornrows since they couldn't read or write. Originating in Colombia, South America, in the late 1500s, Bencos Biojo had women create maps and deliver messages via their braids. Called caneros to symbolize the sugarcane fields, one style had curved braids representing escape routes. They also hid gold and seeds in their braids for survival and planting crops once free. This clever method kept owners unaware of their plans to escape. Did you know cornrows were used by enslaved people to escape?
Your boy back. Fresh off that 5-mile run. You gotta fight your mental health back, champ. You gotta throw a jab, add depression. An uppercut, add suicidal thoughts. A left hook, add fighting anxiety back. Low self-esteem, jab, champ. Jab all your problems. Fight your problems back, champ. Move, champ. Yeah, you gotta fight your mental health back, champ. You gotta fight it back because mental health is gonna hit you and you gotta be prepared. Mental health, suicide, depression, anxiety, low self-esteem. Them devils is going to attack you. But if you fight back, then you can protect yourself. If you eat right, then you can protect yourself, champ. Protect yourself and fight your mental health back. Your boy.
That's what you gotta do, though. Gotta fight the mental health back. You're right. Damn.
If you look at Google Sky right now on the computer and look down on Antarctica, you'll find research bases from every major country in the world there. And you'll also find the Rockefeller Foundation base as well. Admiral Byrd was right. #1 place in the world for technology research is right down there in Antarctica. I believe that as the ice is melting, they're finding remnants of an ancient civilization. We know that Antarctica was not a frozen tundra for 12 million years. Like mainstream science says 12 million years to build up all this ice. No, that's not accurate. We know this because of the Perry-Reese map. The Perry-Reese map shows Antarctica what it looked like without ice on it. Antarctica shifted into that spot. How? Because we know that Antarctica is surrounded by tectonic plates. There was something called a pole shift of the crust of the Earth, which shifted it from a more habitable climate into the position it is now, and that's why the animals that are being uncovered from the ice were flash frozen with undigested food in their stomachs. And there's an entire advanced civilization there, including some of the largest pyramids on Earth, right in Antarctica. If you look at Google Sky right now on the
No one saw this coming. Not only were these people upside down for over 30 minutes, but it got so bad to the point that the amusement park had to be shut down.
The blood rush to their head. I know they was feeling that, man. The amount of blood rush to the head, yeah. Imagine being upside down up on for almost a half an hour. Dang, I know they was feeling that.
So we were riding a ride. This isn't supposed to be upside down like this. It's been like that for like already 2 to 3 minutes. I feel bad for them.
Now the worst part of it all is that after they were finally let down, they still had to finish the ride.
Most recent update.
Oh my god,
the ride finally started, and it is not going to go
That's
back upside down.
That's
But
yeah,
they're finally going to get off after. That was at least almost a half hour of being completely upside down that entire time.
Hurry up! I need you guys to start moving, okay?
You just, you don't need to do that type of stuff.
There's like graffiti and everything. Oh, they got fucking stuff.
Wait, take me a picture in front of them. I'll be like this.
No one saw this coming.
I do feel bad for them, not gonna lie.
My fucking devil leg. Bitch, you hungry? So like I was saying, as a man, you need to learn how to do man.
I was impotent at 30. I was asthmatic. I was impotent. I had diabetes. How was it that I could have been impotent at 30 and I'm making babies in my 80s? There's only one disease. Not two, not three. One.
There's only one disease. When someone has sinusitis, what is obstructing the nasal passage? She said mucus. And when another has bronchitis, what is obstructing the bronchial tubes? She said mucus. And when another has pneumonia, what's covering the cells of the lungs? She said mucus. What about AIDS? I said, what is it that the AIDS spits up every 5 minutes? She said mucus. Where is the mucus? It's in the skin, it's in the blood, and the lymphatic system that makes up the immunological system. That is where you find the mucus. I removed from the man's diet lactose, uric acid, and carbonic acid, milk, starches, and meat. By removing these things from his diet and then cleansing his cells, he began to see recovery in 24 hours. A chemical cannot assimilate with the human body. An herb can because they are electrical. Herbs are electrical, and we have yet to understand that. Chemotherapy is an approach that destroys cells. It's an acid approach. My approach is an intracellular cleansing. What causes disease in the first place? An acid. I was impotent at 30. I was asthmatic.
You should never push a relationship on any woman. Fellas, when you come into a woman's life and you are showing her how desperate you are for a girlfriend, for a partner, this can be seen as a very obvious red flag. She might think you're the type of guy that's afraid to be alone, that just wants to be attached to someone he can't function without having someone by his side. And as a man, you got to be comfortable with your own independence because
God, and I believe that there's a creator of this universe because the science proves that we're living in a creation. The science proves that we ourselves are a creation. However, the one in this book, that ain't it. That ain't it. Way off. Not even close. What you're looking at here is a hodgepodge of recycled texts and scripts and papyruses from all over the world that have been remixed and remixed again and contorted to be able to utilize to control the masses and collect a lot of money and also keep a lot of slaves for a lot of free labor because free labor is really important in ancient times. They needed a lot of free labor. Leviticus 25:44. However, you may purchase a male and female slave from among the nations around you. Oh, thank you. I can actually go now and I can go to another nation around where I am and I can go purchase a male or a female if I want to. It's okay because God said, ain't he good all the time? He never changes. Remember I told you at the beginning, Christians put, he never changes. He's never changed. Do you really believe in your deepest heart of hearts that the creator of the universe will make a statement like that? Or do you believe that a human being with an agenda wrote that? Come on now, start thinking. What is it? You tell me. Is it the creator of the universe making a statement like that? Or is it man?
If you're seeking the real truth.
Yep, somebody has some explaining to do because now we have eggs that are growing from a tree. And if y'all see him crack the egg, it looks like this. Eggs on a tree. And they cook just like eggs. Like, this potentially being a real thing is flabbergasting. Can somebody show me or research what type of plant is this? And then there's like multiple people that are growing these egg trees that grow eggs on a tree. So that means we don't need chickens. Which leads me to the question, are the eggs on the tree going to hatch? And where can I potentially buy this if I was looking to acquire one of these? Because plant eggs, I just gotta see what that's about. Y'all let me know in the comments though, what y'all think about trees having chicken eggs growing from them in the comments? Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And if y'all want to know the sauce on how to blow up on content creation,
color coded food. It's God's original barcode that allows you to become your own nutritionist when it comes to figuring out what you need at that time. Food that is red, that's for your vitality and your energy. The orange food, whether it's oranges, squash, this is for the boosting of your immunity. Green is for your digestive system and detoxing you. The purple, the blue, this is relaxation. This is what antioxidant kills the free radicals. The yellow is good for your brain.
Yeah.
So whatever feeling you have,
right,
they are your internal guidance system to let you know something is off balance in you. So if you know the color coding of food, you don't have to know how to read all through the paragraphs of stuff that's on the back. Matter of fact, if it got a paragraph, it's not food. Matter of fact, if it got a barcode, it's not food. Wow. It's really an industrialized commodity posing as food. It's good tasting plastic, but it's not real food.
Right.
Color code of food. It's God's original barcode that allows you.
You got a barcode, got a whole paragraph of ingredients that you can't even read. Shouldn't even be touching it for real.
So we all know that saying, what was done before will be done again. There's nothing new under the sun. Kind of seeming like the world we living in, it's on repeat. Yeah, because a lot of these ancient hieroglyphs that we done seen back in the days and trinkets and gadgets, we're seeing today. Wow. It makes you think, doesn't it? Submarine, helicopter. So the things that we do today, we call new, but it's old. Maybe LeBron and his grandpa really did go back to the future. Maybe we just have people that's tapping into the collective consciousness and calling it a new invention. Or these things have already been here. They found out about it and they call it a new invention. But it could just be me. It could just all be a coinkadink. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. By the way,
the rainbow doesn't represent one group of people. The ancients understood the true message of the rainbow. The rainbow colors is the spiritualization of sound. Color is vibration, and it is through vibrations that colors can speak to us. Colors act to boost the vibration of the body back to normalcy. It's like charging a battery until it's strong enough to carry its usual load. Each color in the rainbow has its own vibratory pattern, has its own special energy to offer you to bring the miracle of metaphysical healing through color. Colors increase energy and some colors bring you into tranquility. So let's really appreciate the true form of the rainbow. So you have the sun. The sun is refracted, which means it's changing directions of the wave, it's bent backward. The sun is refracted as it penetrates a raindrop. Then following two or more reflections, inside the drops, the light is refracted again. And then as it departs, the wavelengths, they separate into different directions. This allows nature to display the rainbow with the many hues, these what we know as the 7 major hues. In ancient Kemet, color was the substance of everything. Color served a purpose beyond aesthetics. It was language. It was a way to represent oneself. It had a definite significance. All natural foods are vibratory parts of those 7 colors that you find in the rainbow. Are you familiar with auras that feel the energy that surrounds a person's body? Colors that emanate from the rainbow doesn't.
Alright, y'all. That's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Got something from it. Okay. It's in a peace, abundance, prosperity, and good health your way. Make sure you take care of yourself. If the weather is nice, get outside in the sun. Well, that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. The next upload. Peace.